Thank you for tuning into our seller interview series. Up today, we've got an Amazon FBA business for sale in the sports and outdoors niche. Created in February 2016, this business makes $3,013 per month in net profit, and the listing number for the site is 43827. We do these interviews to give potential buyers more information about both the seller and the sites they're looking to purchase. We hope these insights are helpful for you in making a buying decision. We've got the seller with us today to go through the business and cover everything from niche selection to traffic and monetization. How are you doing today, Rick?
Good. Yourself, Jake?
I'm doing really well. Where are you calling in from today?
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. So all the way on the other side of the world. Thank you for...
Yes, it is actually a little late here, yep.
Oh, well, why don't we dive in then so we don't take up any more of your time in the late evening?
It's fine.
Before we get into the questions that I have, I want to go ahead and run through a quick summary of the business. The business was built in February of 2016, has a monthly revenue of $25,425, expenses of $22,412 to make for a net profit of $3,013, which is generated on a 12-month average. Included in the sale of this business are the domain, site content and files, 7 product SKUs, Facebook page, and a pending trademark for the brand. Inventory is not normally included in the list price, but further details can be provided to active depositors. Rick, can you tell us a little bit about your background in building and running online businesses?
So previously to my FBA business, I actually didn't have any experience doing online businesses. My background is actually information technology and finance, but I feel like a lot of the skill sets that I've learned from these two fields kind of came in handy when I started my online business. So basically 2 years ago, a few months before February 2016, where I started my Amazon business, I quit my job. So I was traveling after I quit, and then I met a fellow Amazon seller. He kind of, told me about this type of business, and I just dove right into it.
So how did you come up with the idea for this brand?
So I like traveling, and one thing that I like to bring with me is my GoPro. So it started off thinking, so as a first-time seller, the rule of thumb is to sell something that is small and something that you know about. So the GoPro niche, like this action camera accessory niche, kind of interests me. So I started my first 3 SKUs selling GoPro accessories, and currently these SKUs are still selling pretty well. So I continue with my kind of camera accessory and also traveling niche with also other travel accessories as well.
So with that said, you started this business in 2016 and you've grown it here. It was something that you're interested in, something you have with you all the time. So why are you selling the business now?
So right now I'm in Hong Kong, so I just want to explore other business opportunities. So again, everything in my business is self-financed. So I pretty much want to sell this particular business and move on to other opportunities.
When the business was built in February of 2016, how long did it take to reach a steady profit level? Because right now you're making a solid $3,000 a month in profit. So how long did it take to reach that level approximately?
For me to reach the $3,000 a month took probably more than half a year, but I was profitable at the 3-month mark. So I was pretty lucky. I did launch 3 products. One did really well right off the bat. The second one took a bit longer. The third one came through for me at the end. So yeah, around the 3-month mark, I was pretty profitable. Around the 4-month mark, I was doing around $1,000 a month.
And what went well for you? You mentioned that you got lucky, but did you do anything intentionally that caused the business to grow?
Yeah, so I also have some products that are very customized in terms of variations. So I launched my first 3 products, and then after that, I launched variations of those products. And those turned out selling to be pretty good. So after the first 3 products, I launched the variations, and that kind of caused the sales to jump and my growth trajectory to increase.
What are you currently doing for the business in terms of marketing?
Right now, I try my best to exhaust all Amazon avenue available to me in terms of marketing. because I do feel like the money spent on Amazon gives the highest ROI. So the main advertising spent is through Amazon PPC sponsored ads, and that is probably like the 90% of my marketing budget. It's on Amazon PPC.
So it's an Amazon FBA business, fulfillment by Amazon. Generally,
Yeah.
there are different ways that you could go about this with the business in terms of some businesses have the product shipped to them, they package it, send it to Amazon. Some people go directly from the supplier to Amazon. How do you handle your FBA?
So what I like to do is I like to send it directly from my supplier to the FBA warehouse. It kind of just saves an extra. Normally, if you give the supplier proper instruction, they would package it and prepare it the way that you want it. So for me, is that especially when I first started, I was overseas in Canada. It didn't really make sense for them to send it to me in Canada and for me to ship it to FBA in the US. So I have them prepare it and ship it directly to the FBA in the United States.
Are you only available in the United States?
No, the products are selling in the United States and Canada.
United States and Canada. Okay,
Yeah.
So have you explored branching out into other territories? Do you feel like that's a possible opportunity?
That's a definite possibility because I feel a lot of these products in other marketplaces are not as competitive. And I think so this is where the opportunity lies, I think. A lot of these products has really good reviews. The quality is there. So I think once you launch these products into new marketplaces, I think it should sell pretty decently right off the bat.
Are there any big opportunities available for a new owner to grow the business more that you feel a buyer should look into?
So again, I didn't really come from online business background. So I guess definitely sales off Amazon, such as Shopify account, would definitely help in terms of diversifying sales and expanding opportunities. So I use social media in terms of kind of building my brand, but I haven't used it extensively in terms of gaining sales on it. So I think the opportunity is there for off Amazon marketing for this brand.
So with the social media, have you done much with marketing? There's a Facebook page associated with the business that is coming along for the sale. Have you done a lot of Facebook marketing?
Not a lot, but for a few SKUs, I have run promotions that would help bring brand visibility and also help on Amazon ranking.
But is it a constant thing that you do, or have you done it?
So a lot of times I use Facebook marketing is mostly when I first launch a product, when I want to get the initial traction on selling the product for the first maybe 60 days or so, I would maybe run a Facebook campaign. But I do not have any ongoing campaigns after the product launch.
Yeah, that makes sense. You want to promote a new product as it goes live. You mentioned Shopify as a possible platform that a new owner should utilize. There's already a Shopify site set up, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you do a lot of sales on that site, or is it more of a presence on the web type of thing for Amazon?
It's more of a presence on the web. So I did run some Google AdWords on it in terms of Google shopping to the website, and I did achieve some sales. But again, I do find I'm not like an off Amazon marketer. So for me, I'm very biased towards Amazon. So any ad spend that I want to spend, I normally want to just spend it on Amazon because I found that it does give me the highest ROI. But again, I have not really explored the off Amazon opportunity as much as I could have.
Are there any big risks associated with this business that you feel a buyer should be aware of?
I guess the fact that it does lean heavily into the action camera or GoPro niche. So I guess when, say, there's a new GoPro that comes out, I guess every iteration, the product line needs to be refreshed. But I do have a set of suppliers where what they mainly do is supply GoPro accessories or action camera accessories. So in terms of refreshing the product line, I think I have the right connection for this business for that.
How often do you have to update the product line to keep up with the niche?
So right now, some of the accessories for older models are still selling pretty well. So I guess like every time there's a new GoPro or an action camera that comes out, you should really be thinking about like looking to market for towards these new models and also producing accessories for these new models. So I guess like I think GoPro probably release a new model every year or so. So I think every year there's an opportunity to refresh your product line.
How much time are you currently putting into the business week to week?
Week to week, probably 4 or 5 hours a week, probably less than that. I do have a virtual assistant that does a lot of day-to-days. She does the customer service. She handles any like order refills. She do some inventory management. She also has the contacts of suppliers. What I normally do on my end is that I do optimization of Amazon sponsor ads, PPC optimization once a week. And that normally takes me maybe like 2 hours a week to do.
And is she willing to continue working for the business when a new owner takes over? Have you talked to her about that?
I haven't talked to her yet, but I imagine she's okay continue to work with the new owner for this brand.
Are you willing to sign a non-compete?
Yes, I am.
And how much support are you willing to offer a buyer during the transition period?
So I guess for the transition period, I would guess would be maybe like 30 days. I would pretty much willing to support the new buyer from beginning to end.
And would that be with Skype calls, emails?
Yeah, so mainly with emails and Skype calls. Maybe probably, I'll be probably accessible like every single weekday in terms of emails.
So the best case scenario is that someone comes along and offers a 100% cash offer of what you're looking for. But if that didn't happen, are you open to other types of deal structures, like for instance an earnout?
Yeah, I'll be open to a different type of deal structure, such as earnouts.
Awesome. Rick, thank you so much. I have one final question for you. Before we get to that, though, I want to go ahead and run through that quick summary of the business again. The business was built in February of 2016, has a monthly revenue of $25,425, expenses of $22,412 to make for a net profit of $3,013, which is generated on a 12-month average. Included in the sale of this business are the domain, site content and files, 7 product SKUs, Facebook page, and a pending trademark for the brand. Inventory is not normally included in the list price. Further details can be provided to active depositors. Rick, what is your best 30-second pitch on why someone should purchase this business?
So a lot of these products are pretty high margin. It doesn't require a lot of fixed capital because a lot of these products can be airshipped. So you don't have to spend lots of capital at one time to sea ship this product to the FBA or to your warehouse. Also, I think compared to others in this niche, since the quality of these products, if you look at the reviews, you could tell by the reviews that it's a very high quality product and return rate is below average. Yeah, and I think the action camera niche, although it is getting competitive now, but I think it is growing. So I think that since it is a growing niche, it's a tide that could raise all boats. So I think like a lot of opportunities there still.
Oh, it's definitely growing. Like I said, I live in Florida, so I can do this in December, thankfully. But I was at a pool the other day, and there was a water slide, and a kid was going down the water slide, and he had an action camera like that. I see those all the time. The niche is definitely growing, and you have a very strong foundation for the business that you've built. I'm sure that a new owner will be able to grow the business even more. And even if they don't want to put in the time to do that, like you said, you're only putting in, a couple hours a week, and you're still making $3,000 a month in profit. So an owner could grow the business, or they could sit back and watch the niche grow and their profits grow just by putting in that 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like some of my products probably needs like product refresh, but like a good amount, they're kind of in terms of action camera, they're usable to pretty much all action camera. If you wish to not really expand on this product selection, I think you can still just keep the revenue flowing just from that.
Thank you so much for being here, taking the time with me in the middle of the night for you, Rick.
Yeah, thanks, Jake.
If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. And if you want more information, the link will be below the video that will take you to this marketplace listing. If you're watching this on the listing site and want more information, become a depositor today. When you make the deposit, one of our business advisors will be in contact with you, and you will be given everything you need to review this business. Have a great day.